Hey YouTubers, Mr. Oak Shark back again with another video, and I want to talk about a couple things today, and that's bugging in or bugging out and your presence in a SHTF world. First, should you bug in or bug out? Well, that depends on a multitude of factors. I think that in most cases of inclement weather, you should bug in by all means. You don't want to be out in the streets in a horrible snowstorm, Katrina type situation, massive flooding, tornadoes touching down, next door to you, to the left and the right of you. You don't want to be out there, in the streets, and you definitely don't want to be on the streets in a flu pandemic type scenario either. You want to be somewhere where you're able to control your environment as much as possible and have yourself a fortified location stocked with plenty of food, plenty of water, and sanitation tools to help keep yourself clean and effectively keep those around you clean. By all means, bug in for inclement weather, bug in for flu pandemic type scenarios. But what about civil unrest? Should you stay at home if there's a lot of rioting, gangs? Do you stay at home then, or do you bug out? For a minute, just picture roving gangs and rogue law enforcement or military types going from community to community, imposing their will, heavily armed, house to house, taking whatever they want, doing whatever they want to whoever they can. Now, that's admittedly a Mad Max type scenario, and it's highly improbable, but not impossible. It's happened in several countries, and it continues to happen right now around the world. So, what should you do? Alright, most of you who watch this video, you're in this community, the prepper community, the survivalist community. You know that you're not Rambo or Action Jackson and can't effectively hold off 15 or 20 armed guys. No matter if they've been trained on the weapons or not, there's still 15 or 20 armed guys who can pull a trigger. Okay? I don't care how well you have fortified your home or how well you think you can shoot with that rifle. You're not going to be able to withstand a barrage of firepower from 15 or 20 guys. It's just not going to happen, okay? If they're all firing off rounds simultaneously, jerking that trigger, eventually they're going to get a lucky shot. They're going to get a lucky shot. And depending upon the type of weapons they may have found or they're using, it may be over in a matter of seconds, before you blink an eye. That's why in every aspect it's important to maintain situational awareness, meaning be out there on patrol, walk around your community, observe, report, monitor communications, know which way the wind is blowing so you can be prepared. And that's done on multiple levels. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about that, but you get the general idea. Go out there. If you live in a small suburban community, then go out on patrol and see how the cities are doing. Go out there and do recon. Are the gangs out there getting crazy? Are they just fighting each other? Do they plan on coming your way? Look into it. If you've got some police scanners or you've got some ham radio type setup going on at home or CB radio, then monitor those things and know, because somebody somewhere is going to be saying something. If communications are still up and going, electronically speaking, somebody somewhere is going to be saying something. So it's up to you to have the necessary equipment to monitor and know which way the wind is blowing. Situational awareness. Don't ever be afraid to leave the homestead. Ever. I know you work hard for these homes. You put in blood, sweat, and tears, financially, spiritually, emotionally. You build a lot of memories with your wives, your kids, your parents, so on and so forth. But don't be afraid to leave that homestead, because holding on to that may very well get you killed. I also say, though, don't be afraid to leave a little something extra behind for those who may come along after you leave, okay? Just food for thought, all right? Take it however you want to. I know a few guys say they burn their house to the ground if they had to vacate. Some other guys tell me that, they'll go ahead and set booby traps up for any unwelcome visitors after they've had to leave or after they had to evacuate. Take it how you want to, do what you will. It's your world. I'm just throwing out some pointers, my opinion, some advice. Moving on, what do I mean by presence in a SHTF world? You've all seen that kind of guy who you just look at him and you know right then and there. He's not the kind of guy to be effed with. You know that if you mess with him, you're going to pay a heavy price. It's that plain, that simple. That's what I mean by presence. This person is projecting off a presence that says, don't mess with me. And that's what you want to have in a SHTF world. And that comes from the inside. Some of us out here were born with it. Others have to develop it. Either way, it's up to you to get to that level so you can be able to focus that presence and project it out there on people. It starts off by telling yourself, hey, I'm somebody not to be messed with. Because once you start believing that yourself, then others around you will believe it as well. It's not going to make you avoid every physical confrontation because you always got somebody who's going to try you no matter what, but it may help to reduce the number of confrontations you get into. Trust me, if you can convince some guy just to look, not to mess with you, then you've not only saved ammo, but you avoided a physical confrontation, and you're both alive at the end of the day. Comment, subscribe, please give me your feedback. Let me know, what do you think? I mean, is presence important in the SHTF world, or is it not? Would you bug in? Would you bug out? Let me know. Give me your comments, give me your feedback. Stay focused, stay sharp.